Yo, what up, man? This is Just Talk Show. And you got your boy MJ the GOAT. I got my guys with me. Hey, and we got a good topic tonight. Man, we on these perceptions. We got all kind of perceptions. But really what the perception of love is what we kind of talking about, you know what I'm saying? What it means to you. What's your definition, how you define it? You can talk about how you and your lady love each other or how Jesus loved the world. What we got to say tonight, fella? What's up, Ziggy?
It's just talk zigging, man. You know what? Love is, I feel like one of them words that people use a little bit too lightly. You know, it could be thrown in so many directions that people take it into a false hope. It gives because um, it's women that say they out there looking for, but they not looking for happiness at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Or something else may the time be. It's not everybody want that one person that's appealing or attractive to them, or give them that sparkle in their eye or whatnot. But love is to me is, I'm gonna say, unconditional love would be an offspring or something. That's something that you would love unconditionally. To me, that's something that came from you or out of your body, or that you raise every day there with you. That's something that you would grow to love. To me, you can grow to love something, and you doing it. So can be a hobby. If you doing, you growing to love it. If you playing the game so much and you winning, or if you losing, it don't matter. If you just game so much that you learn a whole aspect of the game. You're not just playing to be playing. It's a difference. You can love it so much to that. Like I said, you'll be smart to every moment, and you'll be mad at it because everybody else not understanding the level that you own of it. So it can drive you to a point where you get mad at the game, and you get I've actually witnessed LeBron do it to J.R. Smith in the championship. So you know what I'm saying? So, I'm just saying. So it's one of those where, like I said, just love is a thing that, like I said, people toss it up so much that, it gets, misconstrued, that I feel like we need to go back, what I'm saying? Bring the real love. Let's bring the real love back, where you see that person and you can know, okay, well, you know what? I can just tell this the person that I can, I like that, or love for something is, if they put their mind into it and not want to keep mind up and procrastinating and not doing it and actually do it, and do it to the best if you want to do it, have love for it, which is showing your job where you have good work ethic, or whatever need be. But it'll be a good start where you can grow and learn to something, so that way you love it unconditionally. And that's like I said, that's just talk zig.
Yeah, all right, man. That's what's up. I hear your perspective, man. You kind of hit all the points real quick. You know what I'm saying? Not all of them, but yeah, I kind of heard everything that you said, and I don't disagree on nothing you said, brother. Uh, before I go, I'm gonna let one of our other guys respond to that or add their own comments, bro. Go ahead, Professor. Don't make it too long, man. We know you like to filibuster, bro.
Yeah, whatever. What up, y'all? Jacktown in the building. The professor is here. Just want to say, yeah, it was a good take, man. You definitely hit some stuff. That's when you was talking about growing to love a person that comes from you. A child. That's definitely a different type of that's different from loving an individual that you make a child with. It's a different love with those two type of individuals, people. Uh, but I think that some of y'all, maybe the elephant in the room, you know what I'm saying, is that, you know, hey, when we talk about love, we thinking about, like of course we ain't gonna disrespect the love for God. The fear of God is definitely love. You know what I'm saying? Definitely understanding. But we ain't talking about that. We talking about straight up how you want to treat between men and women, how men love, how women love. That's really the perception that we thinking of, the elephant in the room, really. And a lot of people don't want to touch the subject because it's hot. That stove get hot. And just real quick about it, uh, you know, men are more, hey, we straight up, we don't go by emotions. And the idea is that women, they go by emotions. We go by logic. But this new age, the lines get construed. It's a lot of emotional, emotional males out
Creatures,
there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
a lot of
emotional
emotional
males out there.
creatures.
You know what I'm saying? Emotional creatures. You know what I'm saying? They may not identify themselves on the male side or maybe even the female side. I don't know. There's a lot of damn different pronouns out here nowadays. But anyway, the whole point being is that, hey, look, love is actually caring for a person, hearing that person, listening to that person, because there's a difference between listening and hearing. People get that fucked up all the time, and they think, oh, I heard you, and that means you heard my sound, but you ain't listening to what I actually putting down. But anyway, point being is all of those factors you got to be able to communicate. And that's the best part of love. If you trying to have something or build something, you can. And also going back into the sports thing where you say you can love something so much, or a video game or whatever, you can love something so much where it can bring you pain or a bad feeling. That love hate, you can hate it or whatnot because it's not going your way. And that's what love is. Everything ain't gonna always be what you feel as a good emotion or good feeling of love. It may be a bad feeling of love, but it's still love. That doesn't necessarily mean it's hate. It's just a difference of what you feel is good, what you feel is bad. But at the end of the day, we should all have love for everybody, and we want love back. That's the thing. But when we go out here and we disrespect each other, we ain't showing no love. That's how I look at it.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Yeah, you guys, definitely hitting some good points, man. And real quick, leave y'all in the chat, react to the comments or whatnot, and leave y'all input, man, because we want to hear. And we'll definitely answer your questions, and we're gonna react to the chat quick as we can, and yeah, we always active with that. So we appreciate our fan engagement, or just chat engagement. But what say you, Mr. CJ or Junior? Just talk, Junior.
Well, man, I'm from west side of Jacktown of Mississippi, man. And where I'm from, man, LOVE could stand for legs open very easily, or it could stand for something like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to commit and stay here and be here, or whatever you want it to be. But my perspective on that could be the same perspective that my brothers have all said before me. It depends on what we're talking about. If you're talking about the Most High, yes, I got love for Him. If you're talking about my mom, my sister, my dad, and my cousins, all them people, yeah, I got love for them. You know what I'm saying? So it's different type of loves. I love have a passion for stuff as well. So it just depends on what level that relationship has. If that LOVE word is gonna be thrown around, you might say I love to watch TV. You know what I'm saying? But you might have you like doing even better than that though. So it just depends on the verbiage, the wordage, how we're using this word. But like I said, it can be a surface level word. It could be something that you're trying to entwine into poetry, like Romeo and Juliet. They loved each other so much they committed suicide because they one couldn't live without another. So it just depends on which level we're trying to go with, fellas. You know, we all can add our own spin to it, but that's mine. This Just Talk Junior.
Like that. Romeo and
Yeah,
Juliet, huh? You and your Shakespeare, huh?
yeah. Are you what is it? Capulet or what's the other name of the family? Capulet and what is it? The Montagues. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I did
yeah,
a little reading myself.
yeah.
Did a little reading myself. But anyway, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. Let me get my take. This is just talking MJ the goat. You know what I'm saying? Don't never forget MJ the goat. We'll. That's another subject for another day, though. But yeah, man. To put it in perspective that I see it in, man. You guys, like I said, hit all some good points, man. But the perspective that I see is that it's all that, bro. It's all those things, and you have to get to that level to where you can give your love in all those levels. That's why you can describe love in so many different ways because that's what love is. It's all that, bro. And one thing that we need to understand that's what the true Father, the Most High, was talking about when he say love is the best commandment of all. Loving is the best thing that you can do. Just to have that type of energy for just like if a man slaps you, that's exactly what he mean about turning the other cheek. You got so for the world and so much love for your other fellow man that hey, I turn the other cheek, bro. You can slap me again because I actually love you. You know what I'm saying? And you know, most people don't understand that type of love, but that's on a God level. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be able to really love the world, love the earth, Mother Earth, love the people in it. You stand if you come in from that standpoint, yeah, you can definitely love your kids, love your wife, and love your job, and love your game, love whatever else you do, love your hobby, love getting money. But you know what I'm saying? At the same time, we gotta be able to do it all, especially as men. So on certain maturity levels of maturity is what I'm trying to say. Levels of maturity teach you that hey, um, I can love and do all the loving at the same time. And I'll just give my love and disperse it out in the ways that I see fit. You know what I'm saying? And so when we bring it back to a man and a woman's love, you know what I'm saying? I gotta give my women their props, man. We gotta really build our women up and put them on the pedestal for real. Not just our black women, but all women. Because we gotta understand how they love and their love language. You know what I'm saying? And just not say, oh, it's always a versus thing and they think with emotion and we think with logic. Yeah, that is true for the most part. Like my guy professor said, for the most part. But these new YNs, they have me thinking, man. Like man, I don't understand. Are we talking like men now? Because we need participation trophies for winning shit that we didn't need. We need engagement. And I was telling the guys in the chat earlier, I even have to talk to them a certain way now. You can't scream, you can't holler at them, and that right there within itself, knowing and seeing how to treat people like that is a form of love. I got so much love for them that I sit back and think about the psychology of how to treat, the new age of people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I love my women. I love my girl, my wife, or whatever, and I love the world. So I think it's all that. And so I just sum it up like that, man. It's it's probably gonna be all that. So when you think that you just saying, ah man, I love to get this money. I don't love nothing else. Shit, you gonna love something else the next day because everybody love. Let's say you probably got a girl or whatever sexual orientation you is. You love sex. I bet you do that. You know what I'm saying? You love getting some. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that love has to do with, but to sum it up again, man, it's all that. It's all that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and let the guys speak on it a little bit more. My take on it, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna wrap it up. We ain't want to run it too long tonight. You know, we went live, and we definitely want our fan engagement. Y'all tell us something that we missed. You know what I'm saying? We'll get back with you. We'll chat with you and let you know. We'll talk about it. So what y'all feeling up, fella? Matter of fact,
Remember,
Ziggy.
hey, I just want to jump. I just want to say this before I lose this. I hear that, Ziggy. I just want to say this real quick. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this real quick. Remember,
I was gonna
when you get slapped,
y'all though. Go ahead.
When you getting slapped, just think like Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? Turn the other cheek. All right. Go ahead, Ziggy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean,
you see,
I get it. But nah, man. I mean, like I said, I got some good points. I feel you. Everybody got a good perception of think, love is, but like I was saying, just, to me, love is just, it's thrown around too lightly. You know what I'm saying? Because it could mean so many different things, but to me, it means a bunch of different things. But it's the way women just acting around here these days. They got me thinking about it. Cause it's women. If you love them, you'll do this and you'll do that. Saying, but they expect and their standards are so high, and they want you to do that. And it's crazy to me, like to come to, that women to think that they just their nails get done, then a man likes them, or they supposed to pay for their nail and stuff like that, or stuff that gets done to them. And I feel like I'm like, God, that's crazy to me. You haven't even met in life, but you expect this
bro,
person to
that's
do
when
something
you're
for
dealing
you,
with
and you haven't done.
yeah, that's. I don't
But
mean to
that's when you're
interrupt you,
trying to
bro. You know
build
this is
love,
like
though. This is the start. This is at the beginning. This is at most beginning of dating stages. At most beginning of dating stages, women are asking men on a survey. Women are asking men to sponsor them, basically, and they haven't even had a chance to see if it's a chemistry between them. Most women think that he just want to smash, which I mean that's the overall objective of every relationship, pretty much. And not having sex with you, I don't know how saying y'all supposed. I mean, of course, a relationship
can I
gonna have
rebuttal
sex,
to it real quick,
but
though, Ziggy?
let me cook.
He tried to
So
land. He tried to
the
land.
point I'm making, the
Yeah,
point I'm making
that around.
is, what I'm saying, it's the way females are just the females act age. I feel like they need to get to, what I'm saying, letting the man actually start doing stuff and showing action instead of words. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people coming up and they'll say some certain words and bam, they catch their attention, and then bam, they change on them so fast, and they be like, oh well, he was gonna do this and do that, and then now it's different. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, you the one who did this, and meeting married men. You meet it's so many women that you meet that meet me that what I'm saying, that damages women's train of thinking for them to and be able to accept a guy that's coming in trying to come into their life and love them or have a relationship to grow to. You see what I'm saying? Because they all got this brick wall built up. But yeah, go ahead, Walt.
All right, man. Well, I ain't want to steal your thunder, man. I just wanted to kind of bounce off you a little bit, bro. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? That's all we doing. I was trying to bounce off you to tell you, man, that when you're dealing with a woman on a certain maturity level, that's the thing that you run into, bro. You're gonna run into that type of thing. And so when you get into the age that I'm in, and the type of women that I'm dealing with now, I will run into a woman that will, even on the first date, trying to buy me shit, trying to buy me a drink, trying to do things for me, and trying to actually be an equal part to the value of this relationship, bro. So I mean, I guess it's probably a rarity, but I think it's just on the maturity level, and you know what I'm saying. I guess it wouldn't even have to be a person that's in the middle class either. Maybe so, you know what I'm saying. It depends on your tax bracket or whatever. But hey, at a certain age, you need to be getting money anyway. You know what I mean? You can't be a person out here that's just trying to leech off somebody. And like you said, being a woman that's just trying to say, hey, you date me, you gotta pay my bills. That type of shit is what you run into when you run into the young females, man, or a female that ain't got too much direction in her life. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me, that's in my opinion. But I would say on the other side of it, man, there's a lot of more women out here that's gonna come with it, you know, from the jump, and you wouldn't run into that problem.
So in essence, just so I'm clear, what you're saying is, got to have a female that's bringing something to the table, right?
Yeah. Like I said, yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
And that one don't mind doing it.
Well, the what the pitfalls that a lot of people run into is that when they go on a date, per se, the first date, whatever, their first hookup, however, the first encounter. Let's put it that way. The first encounter. If they go into this first encounter with a mindset of it's gonna cost something. Everything got a cost. Everything got a price tag. But the difference is what kind of price tag are you willing to spend money on if it's about love? And at the same time, you ain't about to fall in love with nobody on the first encounter for the most part. Now, there are some people that do, you know, link up on the first encounter and they instantly glued together. But that ain't fairy tale life. That's fairy tale for the most part. I mean, it's reality on some people end, but for the most part, it's fairy tale.
I mean,
going back to the
I've experienced it happen, so I know for a fact I experienced it happen.
Hold on, let that man land. Let that man land.
Because I get back to that. You know what I'm saying? If you fell in love with the first encounter, you know what I'm saying? You know, we got plenty of songs. You know, me, you know, Dream Eyes. But going back to the point being is that, you know, every first encounter or date necessarily ain't got to be about spending money. You know what I mean? You can go to the park for free, unless you go into the Fluids Bluff in Jacktown where you got to spend to get in there. You know what I'm saying? But you can go to the park for free. You know what I mean? And spend some time where you actually get to have a conversation with the person. If you take the person out to a restaurant or something, I mean, if you depending on what type of restaurants you're going to, you're not alone, or you're not having real conversations because you're thinking about more of a eating aspect. How much is about to cost, and who's paying the bill? If it's really all of that, I mean, because if you're trying to hit or you're trying to smash, I mean, hey, let's keep it real. If that's what you're trying to do, you ain't trying to spend all that bread on just trying to smash. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what your goal is, you got to change that perception of, because that's the easy part. That's the easy part about any dynamics or relationship, is the smashing part, because like you said, everybody, or somebody said it earlier, everybody like that good feeling. Everybody wanted to have that good feeling of that smashing part, right? Like people will love sex. So if your concept is going in thinking about sex, then it's all the way off anyway, because that's the easy part. That's like when a baby is coming out. We got a young baby. If you're a father or a mother, you know, you got babies that's crying when they babies. They, 3 months, 6 months of age, and they crying because they know they're gonna get your attention, because you don't want them to keep crying and keeping you up or whatever. You're gonna go and make sure that, hey, give you whatever you want. And they know if, hey, I can train this parent of mine to give me that toy, that little rattler or that pacifier, whatever thing they need, you bring it to them, make sure that they won't cry. It's the same thing come down to when, some of the people that feel like love is not working for them because they're not getting their way. That's a simple way of some things can happen.
So the question remains is this, bro. You want a relationship like Stefan, Cardi B, Shanice, or Flex, Jay and Beyonce? What kind of relationship?
You asking me?
I'm asking the people. It's kind of rhetorical. I mean, you can answer it though, my guy. But I'm just saying, just for the people, man. What kind of relationship you want? Because if it's Shanice and Flex, I think that's what I want, because they've been together for shit longer than I've been out of high school. Shit. You know what I mean? So you know, Jay and Beyonce too. You know what I mean? So we just gotta look at everything in the perspective of what you want out of life, man. You know what I'm saying? If you want a hoe, you can get you a hoe, but you can't make no hoe no housewife. You know what I'm saying? They've been saying that for a long time. A lot of niggas done tried. Maybe even me. But that's another story for another day.
Well, I think like Ludacris said in one of them songs, you know, we want a lady in the streets, but a freak in the bed. You know what I'm saying? That's off there, yeah. You know what I'm saying? With the Usher song, we want a lady in the streets. We want a freak in the bed. And some things is, you know, now if you hooking up with y'all versions, you always gonna have some questions about, you know, are you the best in whatever people. That's where a lot of the fucking relationships be fucking up at, because they be worried about what they don't have, thinking that the grass is green on the other side, and don't realize what they actually do have. And that's where a lot of relationships be falling off at, because it be some post-traumatic stress going on with motherfuckers going in with baggage and shit. You know what I'm saying? They might go in with kids. They may not go in with kids. Somebody might go in with kids, or they just got, you know, somebody might have had a emotional part in getting their ass whooped in a relationship, physically and mentally. Those things have an effect on how who's going to be the biggest hoe in that relationship if that's what you're going in for. Again, that still revolves around sex, which is the easy part. The hard part is it's not just about fucking sex. And that's all that you focus on, then shit, you're gonna be single like a motherfucker. You might get married if that's what you want to do, and that's cool. If you don't, that's cool. That's your decision. You live your life. Nobody else can tell you how to live it. Now you can have that Beyonce and Jay-Z dynamic, or you can have a Michelle and Barack. You can have a Donald and whatever, you know, Melania type of relationship. You can have whatever relationship you're trying to have. But at the end of the day, you got to be in the relationship to understand what the relationship really supposed to be. And if you ain't submitting to the high, to the most high, it don't matter what relationship you got. It ain't gonna work, because you ain't being with the real love of what shows you what love is. Love is sacrifice. Love is sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice for the betterment of all of y'all? You know what I'm saying? And some people can't sacrifice. Some people used to getting anything they want, and that's why I went back to that baby analogy. That baby crying, some people can't take that. They got I got a. And sometimes people got to give them something. Like you see these children out here now that are raised in this particular generation, where the parents will give them a tablet, a smartphone, a watch, headphones, whatever them kids want to ask for, they gonna give it to them, right? And then what happens? That child turns around and still is looking for your attention. And most of the time, these parents can't give them attention. So what these children don't know what love is from their own parents. Then they translate that as they get older to the relationships they have with other people, because they don't understand the true definition of love. And then they turn around and they hate everything, or everything is bad, or woe is me, or whatever the case may be. Or they throw temper tantrums if they can't get their way. Point being is, love is sacrifice. And sacrifice is not about how much money you spend. It's about the time you spend.
And on that note, my brother, we're gonna get ready to wrap it up, man. You know, I'll just say this real quick, and I'm gonna do it quickly. I'm not gonna filibuster like y'all two been doing. Anyway,
You know you love that. You know you love that.
I mean, get to your point, man. Get to your point. That's all I'm saying. And when you got to that point, when you finally said it, that's when I interjected. But look, man, perceptions. That's what we on tonight. Perception. My perception might be different than yours of love. Your perception might be different than mine. Women's might be different from men's. Animals might be different from humans. But like you said earlier, you made the best and the most elegant point. I also touched on it earlier too, that God's love is the true love. That's always unconditional. And that's even love for the plants and animals, bugs, birds, and bees. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, love for humans, love for your family, love for souls, you know what I'm saying? But love for all. Once we can grasp, actually, really, no plan, just really grasp that shit, and then lock it in. I think we'll be on another level. And we can get into a whole other subject like ascension and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The fifth dimensional type of thinking. You know what I'm saying? We can take it to levels. I'm filibustering now, so we're gonna wrap it on up, and I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for being here tonight, fellas.
And also, I want to say this: like and subscribe, and also keep my wife's name out your mouth because you're gonna be turning the other cheek.
Hey. But I also just want to know the viewers, you know what I'm saying, perception of love, you know what I'm saying, what they feel like, is a better way to get their love, or what is a way to capture your love, or helps you project love, pretty much.
Right.
But all right,
right.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, my guys and my girls, and whatever pronoun you use these days. You know what I'm saying? We need all y'all subs. You know what I'm saying? We love all. That's what we were just saying. We love everybody.
That's it, baby. Nothing but love.
Hey, it's been a talk show.
Nothing but love, baby. Peace and love. Hair grease too. That was real love. Stepping on stage, slapping somebody. Keep my wife, man. Out your mouth. That time. That's what it is.